Hello, everyone. Thanks for logging on to CBSColorado.com. Time now for a few extra minutes with Denver NWSL's controlling owner and governor, Rob Cohen, kind enough to take the time this evening. We finished the show talking about the name possibilities. And very cool that it is a pure fan vote. What made you want to completely put this kind of in the hands of the fans?
Well, I think at the end of the day, it's kind of a scary proposition to really have the fans have as much weight as we're letting them have. As I said earlier, we've got legal aspects and infringement and all that we've kind of got to work around. But for us, we want this to be Colorado's team, Denver's team. We want this to be the community's team. And if you want that, then you should really be willing to let the community say what they think the name should be and have a voice in the process.
Well, that is so cool. I think the community is so excited about this and what's to come. For you, a man who's been involved in sports for a really long time, what does it mean to you, both professionally and personally, to be part of this historic expansion? Yeah,
it's kind of a lifelong dream come true for me. And, you know, I've been involved in sports. I've done a lot of events here in town, but to really be part of building something from scratch that hopefully is going to be around for decades and decades and really create a legacy that all of Colorado can be proud of is something unique and fun. It's challenging at times, but it's all about the journey and not the destination. So it's been a joy.
Incredible. I think that everybody agrees. I've always felt, gosh, Denver's just a hotbed for women's soccer, for girls soccer. It felt like the perfect place to have a pro women's soccer team, but at the same time, there's a lot of fight that goes into it. What made you say, and as you're making these pitches, no, this is a great spot for pro soccer, not just to land, but to thrive?
Well, you know, there were 19 cities that were part of this bid process for one team. Incredibly competitive, 6 semifinalists, 3 finalists, and then we were selected. But when we looked at the criteria that the league had in terms of the ownership group, the market, and kind of the infrastructure plan that you put together, we just started talking about it and saying, this is the best market. We can put an infrastructure plan together, something that Colorado does in a unique way. And we've got a diverse and homegrown ownership group, and we think that we can win this thing. And so we jumped in with everything we had, and you know, wasn't all perfect, but we got there.
You've talked about how this has been such a short runway. I mean, it's kind of crazy when you think about the timeline you have to launch a pro sports team. What's one thing that's really surprised you along the way so far?
There's been lots of surprises, but probably the people will laugh when I say this, just the lead time on some of the things. Like early in February of this year, people were asking me if we've ordered our goals yet. And I said, what do you mean our goals? We're still trying to design the building. They said, well, the backup time on your goals is pretty long. You may not even be able to get them in time to start the season. And the truth of the matter was we couldn't. We actually put in an order for goals, and then we had to buy some from another NWSL team and promise them ours when they were delivered. So things like that, the lead time and things that you just wouldn't think would be that complex. But the NWSL has their standards for goals and how they're done, and there are a few manufacturers that do it. So that's just one example of many that surprised me.
Wow, who would have thought, right?
No, not me.
When you think about pro sports now, it's so much more than just the product on the field. It's about leaving a legacy. It's about being impactful in the community, on and off the field. As you look at what you're building here, what do you hope that this franchise is going to stand for, and eventually what its legacy will be here in Colorado?
Well, I've said it many times. It's about empowering women and really showing everybody, little girls, little boys, if you set a dream, if you tell other people about it, make it a goal, and you turn it into a passion, you can make it come true.
Well, that is so incredible. I don't know about you, but I am so excited. I can't wait for 2026. It feels too long. Probably doesn't feel too far away.
We can't wait.
But Rob, this has been such a privilege. Thank you for taking the time.
Thank you for having me. It's been great.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. Guys, thank you for joining us. We will see you next time.